since switching to Cintiq, I do the whole process just digitally, and it saves me. It literally, I think takes a third of the time to do a comic strip. So I have template panels. I wonder if I can show you some here. I have template panels where, say there's 3 panels. I'm holding the shift key, by the way, to do straight lines, completely making the T-square redundant. There's like 3 people who know what a T-square is here. So I will do the text first, and there's a specific font that the comic strip has because it gets translated into different languages, so they need to make it look the same in every different language. So so I do those, and then I place them, and then once I've got those set, I can do the bubble around it. So always do the words first before you do the bubble. Don't try and fit words inside a bubble that you've pre-drawn. That's a lesson that I learned the hard way. And then, so I can sort of draft it and, work by pencil and literally make it look like a pencil. See that? It's like a 2D pencil. And then work out the strip and figure out the sizing and the composition and all that stuff, and then make that. I go V and then Command J, and I make that transparent just by touching the number keys on the keyboard. So 2 is 20%, 3 is 30%, 4 is 40%, and so on. And then just make another layer over the top and start inking it. The inking process used to be really annoyingly difficult and slow, and now I can ink really fast because part of my brain knows there's an undo key. I try not to use it. It's like with great power comes great responsibility. With digital inking, having an undo key comes great responsibility. It's not quite as catchy as Uncle Ben's version, but it is a big thing. If you know that you can undo every single line when you start out drawing, you're going to undo the line until you get it right. So my rule is don't ever use the undo key unless absolutely necessary. I learned to draw by hand originally, and I think it's important that kids, young artists who are learning digital artwork also have a sketchbook and learn to draw by hand, so that then when they work on the digital machine, they're not just thinking, all right, I've got an undo key this whole time, I can do whatever I want. If you approach it with the same discipline as an artist who, if you make a mistake in ink, it's there. If you approach it with that same discipline, you actually get a lot more work done. Otherwise, you're going to go, not like that, not like that, it's not quite right, it's not quite right. No, I'm going to start again. What about this? No, it's not going to. And then it's like 5 a.m. and you've missed the deadline, and you haven't even drawn a single line. And that's what I used to do. On my very first Wacom tablet, like 12 years ago, I had a Graphite 2, which is one of these crazy ones that's where it looked like that, and you plugged it straight into the computer, and you had to look up at the screen, like the other, so it was what's called a Graphite 2. And you had to draw onto the tablet and look. Your eyes were looking here, and you weren't looking at what your hand was doing. And that was a little hard to get used to, and it changed my style, because I didn't learn to draw that way. I learned to draw looking at what I'm doing, looking at what my hand and I are coordinated in doing. So this is kind of this particular setup is better if you've got a specific style and that's how you learn to draw. You can still recreate the same style that you're used to,